Just to kick things off, I want us to think about, in your line of work, who do you think is your boss? Now, what I'd like you to do is actually go to this website on your phone, menti.com. You'll use this code to enter in, and we'll just keep track of the responses coming in. Fantastic. Okay, responses coming in thick and fast. All right, someone said their wife. Sure. Okay, my client, great. So the customer client theme coming through very strongly here. I see we're going for gender equality and gender parity. Somebody said my husband. Excellent. Okay, so let's maybe pause there. So I think the gist of this, everyone said that the customer is the boss, and for good reason, right? Because without the customer, we don't really have a business to run on, right? So whether it's your directors, shareholders, execs, senior managers, each and every worker, without the customer, there is going to be no business to run, right? Now, if the customers are essentially your boss, right? Now, there has to be a realization that customers talk to one another. And in this day and age, it's really amplified by the social media and social messaging channels available to them. Okay? Now, what this means is that customers can talk positively about your brand or negatively about your brand, depending on the kind of customer experience they've had as they interact with your brand. Now, just to give you an example of how this can help or ruin your brand, this is an example of a tweet that was mentioning Hertz. Hertz is a car rental company. And this lady clearly had a very negative experience. But this tweet, a single tweet, generated over 65,000 negative impressions, right? So you can almost see the kind of reputational damage something like this is doing to your brand, right? Equally, if this was something positive, think on the flip side, if you were able to get your customers to generate over 65,000 positive impressions for your brand, what does that mean? And essentially, in today's day and age, businesses are essentially commoditized, right? So that means that you're not unique when it comes to your products or your services, but what's really going to help you to differentiate yourself from the rest of the herd is that experience that you're going to give to the customer, right? Because experience, in essence, boils down to that emotional connection you've got with your customer. What does the customer feel about your brand? And that's hard to replicate, right? And increasingly, that becomes your unique differentiating factor. Just to put a bit more emphasis on this, there was a survey done around whether customers will be willing to pay more for better experiences. And you can see from this survey that 86% of respondents said that they would happily pay more for a better customer experience. So what this means is that if you're competing on product or price, you're essentially losing. And you should be going into or playing to win in the customer experience space. Now, if you're providing great experiences for your customer, what does that mean? What are the benefits? Now, first of all, it means that when your customers are happy, they're happily going to stay with you for longer, and they may even give you a bigger share of their wallet, so they'll spend more money with you. Now, linked to the example that we looked at, the tweet, your happy customers can also become your brand advocates, right? So you're looking for that positive word of mouth referral, whether it's actual or digital. And again, what that does is it brings new customers, new leads to your business. And this is again helping you to drive revenue growth. Equally, when customers are happy and they feel that emotional connection to your brand, they will also tell you how you can improve your business. So there may be things that maybe are not working so well for them. There may be areas that feel you can do better, and they will tell you. And you can use this to improve your business, improve the operations, the way you run your business. And lastly, when things go wrong, right? And it's not a question of if, but when. So when things go wrong, if customers are generally happy with your brand, they're going to tolerate you, right? They understand that, I've had a really good history with this brand before. There's been an issue, and I know that I'll be sorted out. Okay. So if customers talk, what should brands be doing around that? How can we use that to the benefit of your business? Now, this is where something what we call like a voice of customer program comes in. So you use methods like, let's say, customer surveys to reach out to customers. And then based on that data that you're collecting from them, use it to understand, okay, so first of all, what do customers think about our brand? What is the kind of experience they're getting? If they're happy, get to the underlying understanding of what's driving that happiness. Because if you don't understand why they're happy, you can't become consistent at it. And consistency is what helps you to build loyalty. It helps you to build advocacy. Equally, if your customers are having pain points, what's the underlying root cause behind that? Because those pain points essentially either contribute to churn, or they're going to contribute to that negative word of mouth, like we saw in that tweet for Hertz. And essentially what you want is this needs to become a cycle. It's a repeated process, and it helps you to continuously improve. So what you're continuously doing is you're measuring and monitoring your voice of customer and using that to improve your brand and ultimately drive revenue growth. Right? And this is essentially what we help businesses to do. So that's essentially it from a presentation perspective. If you'd like to learn more about what we do, our website is rms.cx. You can drop us an email at hello@ratemyservice.co.ke, and you can also follow us on Twitter at ratemyservice.ke.